Hey Aquarius, it's Angela. We're here to do a little extra reading for June, sort of a surprise extra reading to wind the month down. And we're going to see, you know, what's one more thing we can tap into here to create, you know, just to keep expanding our consciousness. Okay, we have the oracles that we're using are coming from this deck, the Healing Mantra, Matt Kahn's deck. It's very simple. I like it because it's very straight and to the point, you know, bringing up different energy points and different, you know, things to focus on that gives us, you know, the ability to keep expanding. But it's very simple concepts that we can explore. So the one I got for you, Aquarius, is releasing expectations. This is like almost, you know, it's not the most easy thing to do, but it's a simple concept that when we are, you know, especially when we use our minds and our discernment and it turns into judgment, right? Or yeah, judgment, you know, this situation, I was expecting it to be this way, and now it's this way, and that means it's bad, right? Because it didn't turn out the way I wanted it. Well, if we did not have that full expectation in the first place, you know, then when the details start to iron out, we're not left with this, you know, feeling of that, you know, everything went sideways. This isn't the best for me. When we enter something and expect the best, whatever that is, to occur for my highest good, then there's a lot more space for things to move. The universe is always going to answer your request, right? I really wish this would turn out, you know, in this way. But when we get too specific with the details, then the universe will come back and go, oh, well, you know, you're going to get what you want, but it's not going to look and feel the way you thought, but stick with me, you know, there's a lesson in here. That's what happens a lot to us because we think we have so much control over our outcomes. And to a point, you know, we do, how much work we put into a project, right? has an effect on its outcome or how soon we can, you know, create the output. But every detail and every, you know, as you're working on the project, little things come up, you know, the computer might go down, or you know, the team that you thought you had in place, a couple of them quit. And, you know, there's things that we are needing to be more open and release those expectations. And really what this is it aligns you with the truth as it is, right? So yeah, I have an expectation of this turning out a certain way, but wow, that happened instead. And some of us want to just resist it and say, let me make that fit. Let me make it fit. Let me push forward and make it happen the way I wanted. And instead of resisting sometimes, you know, if we're working from our higher consciousness, we can kind of actually do the opposite and release ourselves from that struggle or that conflict. Kind of go, oh, this happened to throw a wrench in my plans. Oh, let me sit back and breathe this out and let me see what else comes through. Then I can make a clearer decision on how to proceed. When we're caught up in that tangle, then we, you know, it expends a lot of energy, and sometimes we end up in the same place we would have ended up anyway, right? So let's see what the Zen cards are saying for you, and as far as releasing our expectations, right? Allowing things to be as they are. Okay, so your starting point is fighting. So this is that fussing, pushing through energy. I mean, look at even his fists are doing the same thing I was doing. It's there's this, this is a mental energy card as well. So this is when something we expected doesn't turn out the way we wanted. You know, we start to, you know, rattle it around in our minds. How did this happen? What can I do? Why, you know, how can I undo what just happened and make it whatever, instead of sort of just releasing to the universe and saying, oh, there's an obstacle in my way. That's interesting, right? Let me see what happens next. Then I'll make a decision about how to address that obstacle. But you know, that's sort of the higher path to take when we're in situations. Now, this could be anything in your life. This could be expectations of another, you know, in a relationship. It could be a monumental, life change, like, purchasing a new home and moving and, expecting the home to be just so, when, maybe the path that you take brings you to another neighborhood and it's just as lovely or maybe even better than you expected. So that's the vibe here of allowing what we're given to work with to be there and be true. And then we can proceed from there. Okay, so your starting point is that when we hold on to our expectations, it creates tension in our being, especially in our minds, but in our entire being as well. Internally, that fighting energy, oh yeah, so within you, yeah, that's this vibration, the same energy that I was saying, kind of take a step back, realize there's way more to the path ahead. And even if you look back on the path, we've come a long way, right? So in this very moment, when something comes up that isn't what I expected, that's causing me strife and tension, what I can do within me is just realize this is just one little part of the path. I don't have to blow this moment up in order to be able to proceed, in order to be able to achieve that thing I want. I can just kind of sit in the background for a minute and reminisce and explore and realize that, there's a lot more to come down the road. And like I said, I've made it this far. I've made it so far along my path. So, the goal's still there and you're on your way to it. It just may not come on the same road that you imagined it to be. So this is what you can assure yourself with internally, right? To kind of ease this fighting energy in your mind. And in your external world, look what this creates, brand new. So being able to drop this fighting energy, release the expectations and allow for the path to be what it is and unfold, allow for that truth to be present. It creates completely new directions for you. Maybe wider and broader and more expansive than you ever imagined, right? This is beautiful, especially in the manifestation space here, the external outcome of the combination of these energies. So instead of staying in the fight, relax back and kind of go, hey, you know what? Let's just see what's coming. Let's see what's next. There might be 3 choices for me in how to proceed next because this one thing stood in my way, right? And it creates a whole new path. I love it. Okay, so the key to moving forward or gaining even another level of consciousness as it pertains to how we deal with expectations. That's interesting. Clinging to the past. This is definitely asking us to release our hold on the past. It's always been done that way before. Why can't I do it like that again? Right? Well, I've traveled a little further down this path. I know a little more. I know what not to do. And what not to do is to cling on to what was, right? I mean, this couldn't be clearer. We love our patterns in our lives. We love that because it keeps us feeling secure and it keeps us, feeling as sure and assured as we can of our path ahead because of past experience. I did it this way before, I can do it this way again, and this will be the outcome, right? Well, sometimes it's very limiting to our exploration. This new vision card would not be able to stand alone if it's anchored down by all our past experiences and thoughts. So what we want to do is make sure as we're aiming our sights to the new, we're not, doing double duty and pulling ourselves back with a little tug of war to the past, right? We want to release that past and allow for that new to just go flowing forward. Okay. And now your 3 cards on the top there, that's where we land next. After this past energy has been sort of set down, or we actually remove the little box of memories from around our head, right? So that we can see the sparkly world that's right in front of us, that's available to us now, right? We move to, oh, wow. Yeah. We move to a place where it might be necessary to let go of some things. So like if this expectation card for you represented a project, let's say, then moving through that, the project, and then something came up, like our team, a couple of people quit. And now what do we do? We're scrambling to get this project done. We don't have the manpower we thought, what do we do? And then we fight through it or plug people in and say, you do this now. And, we start to get panicked because, this shift happened on our path, instead of sitting back and kind of going, oh, maybe we could just, do without a couple of these aspects of the project because, those people that were doing it quit. And let's see if we can get everybody on board, just to shift gears in this small way. And we could sort of circumvent those expectations that we had before, those things that we thought were necessary to go forward. Let's just see, experiment with it a little. Let go. Let it go, let it fall away. Staying in that fighting energy holds us in place. And realizing there's a bigger picture at play here. The truth is those people quit. That's the truth. So now what? What am I left with? Do I have the time and energy to fill those spots, or should I rearrange the goal a little bit so that it can, respond to the truth, which is 2 people quit or whatever, So let some stuff go along the way. And it creates more ease. Internally, that Thunderbolt card is supported by the turning in. So this is also let the stuff fall away and stay in tune with what's within me. How do I feel about this? What is my intuition saying about this new rendition of this project or whatever situation it is for you? See those haunting figures? It's kind of like, the stuff that needed to fall away, right? But it's still sort of in her vicinity, but she's not bothered by it. She's like, yeah, you know what? I got this. I can contain my energy within and listen for my signs. They're there and they will come. And then you take action on the ones that feel the best, right? This turning in card is a card that taps into your emotions. It's a water card. And, in the traditional tarot, it's represented by the cups. It's our feelings and the way we respond to emotionally to situations. And then our outcome and your final, after, letting go of some things and getting your inner alignment back and figuring out how to proceed next. Look at this. I got ordinariness. This is like, that sort of, I got this. It's a steady path, day in, day out, as the Buddhists, chop wood, carry water, kind of like this is part of the vibe right now. It doesn't have to have dynamics and drama and uprisings. It can just be a simple path. I love it. Something else came to me while I was reading for you guys, and sometimes these expectations can really show up and really cause this fighting energy when we're talking about our relationship to another, not just a project or not just a goal that we're trying to, actively pursue in our waking world, but a more layered, a deeper set of circumstances as it pertains to the expectations as we're in relationship with another. A business relationship, a friendship, a family, lover, however this comes up for you. But that fighting energy, like I said, the more we fight, you're going to hold all that denser energy in place. right? Instead of just kind of releasing and realizing, hey, you know what? This fighting, not for me. So let me just take a step back and aim my sights in another direction, aim my sights toward whatever feels better, and not continue the patterns, right? Not continue those patterns of just butting heads or getting nowhere because we're not performing to someone's expectations or they to ours, right? We need to create more autonomy in our relationships so that we have there's just more respect of each other's space. And you know, the shedding sometimes could be of literally of a person, but really I think it's more about something energetic from your space, that shedding. So, but yeah, it could pertain to a relationship as well. So that's what I got for you guys. Okay. All right. I want you guys to you know, pass my channel around, share it, subscribe, do all the likes and the comments and stuff, and hang out until next time. I'll be doing some July readings, probably, you know, in a week or so. I'll post those up because July's right around the corner, and that'll do it for now. Okay.